And bro, these dudes used to have like, bro, like 100, 200 people waiting for the kids to come out of school with them polo jackets and the Nauticas. And bro, that was like a yeah, bro. I used to go down with them, bro. I used to go down on the
So the Decepticons and the Latin Kings had beef back in the day, right?
nah. The Decepticon thing was um more of a 80 early late 80s, early 90s type thing. It wasn't really it was more like they used to go to the high schools and they used to them and the low lives, which are both from Brooklyn. They used to go to the high schools like art and design in certain schools and be jacking people for their polos and their Nauticas and yeah, it wasn't really with the Kings, bro. It wasn't a thing. It was more they was like the creation of the beginning of what mega gangs was back in the days, like crews, because they had like chapters all over New York. The Decepticons and the Low Lives, them dudes was all over New York, bro. They had because like art and design was a school in Manhattan that they used to send people from the Bronx, people from Brooklyn, people from Queens,
Right. The
people
smart
from
people went
Manhattan.
there, like
I wasn't
Mob
just
Deep
smart
went
people, it
there.
was people that got into problems, but it was a school for like yeah, but it wasn't smart people, bro. That shit was like a prison, bro.
Well, Nori always advertises it as the smart people went there.
Yeah, it wasn't really the smart people. You know what it was though? You did have to have a certain grade, but it was a lot of people that had talents. That's why it was art and design. There was a lot of people that was involved in graffiti
I guess
and
creative people, maybe.
creative people,
Yeah.
exactly. So a lot of people that went there and they used to send them there. And there was a mixture of all type of people from all different boroughs, bro. I remember one time we went over there to pick up some girls that my man was going out with one and she had a couple of friends and we go down there and bro, these dudes used to have like, bro, like 100, 200 people waiting for the kids to come out of school with them polo jackets and the Nauticas. And bro, that shit was like a yeah, bro. I used to go down with them, bro. I used to go down on the trains. It used to go down, bro. It used to go down.
Wow.
But that was more of what they was about. Like the low lives was more about Jack and Polo. Them dudes was about everything from the socks to the underwears. They was everything was Polo. They was the ones that created that whole thing about running into like the stores and stuff and grabbing the racks full of clothes and running out because they had the
Mm,
store in Manhattan and used to go into the store. The train station led right into the store. So the doors would open to the train and the turnstiles are right there and you go right into the store. So they used to go and grab the racks of coats and shit and just jump on the train and they out to Brooklyn. And that's how that they're the ones that they started putting the chains on the coats because of them. They put one chain goes through like every coat through the sleeve to
yeah,
every
yeah,
single coat.
yeah.
That was really because of them, because they was clearing out racks. I'm talking about they go in there like 5, 10, 15 deep and just grab the whole rack of coats and just run out the store, the rugbies, all that, bro. That was notorious for the polo. They
That's
still
crazy.
around. They the low lives. They that's what they was big on that polo thing, but that was the early. That's what I'm saying. That was late '80s, early '90s, like Washington Irving and Liberty High School. Liberty High School was where they used to send you when we used to get caught at 42nd Street watching the karate movies because they used to have the karate movies for like $3. You go in there and you sit in the movie theater all day long watching all the Five Deadly Venoms and all the different karate flicks back in the day. So 42nd Street, besides the porn and all the stupid shit, they used to have the matinees. So the matinees was all the karate flicks. So we all used to cut out of school, out of every borough, bro. We used to cut out, bro. We went there. I was in Yonkers at the time. We cut out from Yonkers High and we took the bus to the train and then we went all the way down to 42nd Street to go watch the thing, and we all get locked up by the truancy squad because you don't see that no more. But back then they used to have the truancy squad,
The
and
Vans.
they used to have vans, bro. And they went to the movie theater. They used to have the arcade over there too. So they used to come and surround everybody and then lock you up and take you to Liberty High School. When you get to Liberty High School, that shit had one part of it had all bars on the window. Bro, that shit looked like a prison, bro. like a prison, and you had to sit there for the rest of the day. They would notify the principal or the dean of the school that you were cutting out on. Sometimes they would, if you were a repeat offender, they make your mother come down to grab you, or your father, whatever, come get you from the school. But like on the first time, they would notify the dean, and then the dean or whatever, or the principal, and then you would get on the phone. They were like, tomorrow morning you got to report to detention at da 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 da. Da. And bro, you would bust it. If you were a repeat offender, nah, your mother had to come down there, sign you out, all type of shit, and go through the bullshit with the truancy shit, and then they would put you on some shit called pens. If you was like a repeat offender, where you get monitored every day you go to school. If you miss school, they put you into the home, or they put you into the bullshit. Yeah, that shit was crazy back in the 80s, bro. different,
Is it
different.
true that most of the renegade god bodies became blood eventually?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's what all of them became. It's not, they all became, the majority of them all became, because like I said, a lot of the god bodies wasn't standing for that bullshit either. They wasn't on that bullshit, but they didn't like I said, their purpose was to teach you the lessons. Their purpose, the God bodies, was to bring you knowledge and awareness of what was going on. So they would build, you know. Sometimes I used to get into arguments because they used to call me Jaku, because I look white. So Jaku's the white man, is the devil, is the devil.
right, right,
So when I was growing up, I grew up with nothing but 5%. So be like, yo, don't pass, or divine evil, don't pass divine evil to L. Motherfucker, ain't nobody divine evil. So I used to get into arguments with them about that shit, but it was kid shit.
right. And then the Deceps, they became Crips. A lot of them became Crips.
With a neighborhood, that whole neighborhood flipped.
Mm,
It's all our neighborhoods, bro. Like a lot of these subs, yeah, a lot of them didn't become Bloods. Uh, a lot of them stayed Deceps. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Rockness still rocks his Decep. He got a Decep piece. He still rocks
right.
his shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was the neighborhoods, because a lot of the neighborhoods, like at one point, Cephalo Projects was all blood. Then it flipped. Then like a lot of projects flipped. They flip flop.
Is that how Canarsie became Crip Narcy?
Canarsie at one point was all blood, but then there was beef, some beefs or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But then it was a beef, and some kid that was very popular got killed. And if they killed one of your people, what's the thing to do? You go on, you become part of the ops. You know what I'm saying? But Canarsie at one point was all blood. It was Latin King and blood.
Wow.
Yeah, look, Canarsie was Latin King and blood for. Then it flipped. Like a lot of Flatbush became Crip. A lot of areas became Crip that would, what a lot of Crips became, that were West Indians. A lot of like West Indian, like Caribbean. A lot of those dudes all became Crip. You know what I'm saying? Like with Caribbean roots, like Haitians, a lot of West Indians, Guyanese, Jamaican, a lot of those, the West Indians dudes became Crip. I don't know why, but that's just the way a lot of those neighborhoods, whole neighborhoods flipped. The blood stayed more traditionally like Afro American, you know what I'm saying? Like American born out here, you know what I'm saying?